Joe here, the creator and developer of JoeCms. In this video, we'll be covering creating content and updating content on pages in the JoeCms framework. Key points we'll be covering are creating a new page, adding content to the new page, arranging content on the page, renaming the page, adding the page to the navigation and sitemap, removing and restoring page, and password protecting the page. With that being said, let's go ahead and log into the back end of the JoeCms framework and head over to the dashboard. Now that we're on the dashboard, let's go ahead and click on the button that says Manage Pages. Here you'll see all the pages that you have on your website. So what we're going to do now is create a brand new page. I'm going to call it Sample Page. So where it says your new page name, let's go ahead and give it a name. I'm going to call it Sample Page. And to the right, click on Create Page. Now if we scroll down, we'll see our new page, Sample Page, and to the right we see View, Edit, Duplicate, and Delete. We're going to go ahead and click on Edit. Now you notice there's no content whatsoever on this page. So we're going to need to add some areas, some content blocks, and then content. Now there are three components that make up building a page and the content. You have areas, you have content blocks, and you have content, which is built on plugins. Now you can add as many areas as you want to a page, and within each area, you can add as many content blocks as you want to that area. And within each content block, you can add as much content as you wish, or plugins. Now in the back end, when working with the page, you'll notice that the area is surrounded by a red border, and the content block will be surrounded by a blue border. And within the content block, you can add your content, or plugins. Here's an example of a page with two areas. You have the top area that has two content blocks at 100%, and each content block contains 3 plugins, or content. In the bottom area, you have 3 content blocks. The top 2 at 50%, you can resize these, I'll go over that later. And then on the bottom one, you have a content block at 100%. So 2 50%, and then the bottom one is 100%. And each one of these has 3 pieces of content. So with that being said, let's go ahead and head over and actually build the page with this concept. All right, now that we're back on the samples page, you'll notice this dialog that says this page has no areas. So we're gonna go ahead and click here to add area to a page. All right, so we have our first area happening on this page, which is samples page. Now, over here to the left, right in the red border, we see add content block. Go ahead and click on that. Now we have a content block in the area for this page. Remember, we can add as many content blocks as we want in an area. Now in the content block, we're gonna click on content, the little plus sign right to the left of content. Click on that. And these are all the plugins or content we can add to the content block. For this tutorial, we're basically gonna be working with 3, the basic text editor, the responsive image, and the responsive photo gallery. All right, so for this one, we're gonna select the basic text editor. Now we see we have the basic text editor in the content block. So let's go ahead and click on that. Okay, now in here, I'm just gonna paste in some sample text. I'm gonna give a little formatting. I'm gonna give that an H1. Give this one an H2. I'm gonna go over the typography in a later video. Okay, and up here we can choose how this content comes into the page. So I'm just gonna slide it in from the left for now, and then go ahead and save. Now if we click on the back right here, and we click on preview page, we see we have our first area with the content block and the content inside the content block. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close this. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add another content block to this area. Remember, you could add content to the content blocks, but I'm gonna add another content block here. So let's go ahead and add another content block. So you notice we have 2 boxes with blue borders happening right here. I'm gonna go ahead and click on the add content for the second content block, and I'm gonna scroll down to responsive image. Okay, and you'll notice in the first content block, we have our plugin, the basic text editor, and in the second one we have our responsive image. So I'm going to click on that. Now I'm going to click on add image, add files. I'm going to go over the file library in a later video as well, but I'm going to go ahead and choose files. All right, I'm going to find an image, open, and now I'm going to go ahead and upload the image. And I'm going to select the image I just uploaded. I'll go ahead and slide this in from the right, go back, and we'll notice we have our responsive image in this content block, and we have our basic text in the top. All right, so if we preview this page, that's what we have. So now let's do a little arranging here, or aligning. So I can grab these handles right here and resize the content blocks. See the flexibility here? So if we rescale them down, hit save, preview, and it'll basically reflect that on the front. So I'll close this window, the other one I had open. Or we could do an auto arrange. So up here, right under the content area, you see where it says auto arrange? If I select 2 columns, you'll notice that we have an even 50% and 50% going on right here. So if I preview this page now, we have an even text on the left with the image on the right. Okay, close that. Now I'm going to add another area to this page, and I'm going to put a photo gallery in it. So let's go ahead and add an area up here. And now you'll notice we have another area happening right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Add Content Block. We need that to put the content in. Now I'm going to click on Add Content. And now I'm going to scroll down to Responsive Photo Gallery right here. And I'm going to click on it so we can work with it. I'm going to add photos, add files, choose files. I'm going to select 8 images here. And then I'm going to upload. Now we're going to go ahead and select the ones we want. It automatically selects all the ones that you just uploaded, but if you didn't want to include any, you could just uncheck them. Now I'm going to select Choose Selected Files. And this I'm going to choose a fade in, so that this part of the page fades in. Hit back, and if I preview this, now we have the photo gallery happening right underneath it. Close this window. Now if we wanted to move the areas around, say for example we wanted the photo gallery, which is in the second area, we can just move it by hitting the up arrow, and now the photo gallery is on top. So we just rearranged the areas. So now we have the photo gallery. I'm going to go ahead and put that back by clicking on the down arrow and then previewing page. And there you have it. We have the page built with some basic text, a responsive image, and a photo gallery. Now, if you want to rename this page, we're going to click on Page Settings. And right here at the top, it's a sample page. So I'm going to rename this to Photo Gallery. Scroll down and click on Save Page Settings. Hit back. Now, if I preview the page, you'll notice the page is called Photo Gallery. But one thing you might notice here is it's not in the navigation. So let's go ahead and add this page to the navigation and sitemap. So if I go back to Page Settings, you'll see Include in Main Navigation. If I check that, it's going to now show in the main navigation of the website in the nav bar. And if I click on Include in Sitemap, it's going to include it in the sitemap, which is what basically Google reads to let it know what pages to index, what we're wanting Google to index. So if I hit Save Settings Now, I go back. Let's preview the page again, and you'll see it right here, Photo Gallery. But what if you want to move that? Say we want that next to the home link right here. So that's fairly easy to do. Let's go ahead and go to Settings. We're going to go to Navigation. We're going to take the photo gallery and just drag it right above About Us. Hit Save. Now if we preview the site, now we have the photo gallery link right here. There we go. Now if you wanted to password protect that page, let's go ahead. I'm going to go back to the dashboard, Manage Pages. Now next to Photo Gallery, I'm going to click on Edit. We're going to go back to the page settings. Now at the bottom here, it says Password Protect Page. So if I put password in here and hit Save, and then we preview the website, I click on Photo Gallery, it's going to prompt you for a password. Now we could do more with that as well. We can actually add users. So if you want multiple people to have different passwords, that could be done by clicking on additional passwords here. And then you can create additional passwords by giving it a name, an email address, and a password. So this could be very flexible. All right, let's go ahead and remove a page and restore it. So let's go ahead and head over to the dashboard, click on Manage Pages, or we can click on Pages up top and click on the Page Manager. It'll take us to the same location. So now next to the photo gallery, let's go ahead and remove that page. So let's click on Delete, and then let's confirm it by clicking on the blue Delete page. All right, and now that page is gone. So if we preview the site, we no longer have a photo gallery. Let's close that. Now let's go ahead and restore that page. So if we click on Pages up top and we go to the trash can, we'll notice that the photo gallery is now in here. So if we click on Restore, the page is back. One thing you will notice if we preview the website, it's no longer here. So we have to re-add that to the navigation. So let's go ahead and go to the dashboard, Manage Pages. All right, now you notice the photo gallery is back down at the bottom. Let's click on Edit, go to Page Settings, and let's go ahead and include it back in the navigation. All right, and let's go to settings, navigation, because I want to put it back right after homepage like we had it. Okay, hit save, and if we preview the site, the photo gallery's back. Remember, we password protected it. I hope this helps, and thank you for watching.